Go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all of this to blow over. Welcome to the Alnham Island. My name's Ken Clarke, and joining me today we have Adam Wood.
Hello.
Graham Robson.
Hello.
And for his debut, Sean Corrigan.
Hello.
Gents, welcome again to another episode 5 of the Alnham Island, and we have a guest. Our latest addition to the Alnham Island, Sean Corrigan. How are you?
I'm alright, thanks, Ken. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for asking. It's polite.
No one ever asks that.
No one ever,
Nobody gives a shit, really.
Yeah, no one ever asks how I am.
I'm on my best behaviour.
So you've got plenty of boots to fill now.
Watching my P's and Q's.
Exactly. And we had Sean Wills and we had Ed Bullock, and now we have Sean Corrigan. So our regular slot is filled. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What an interesting fact maybe that the listeners wouldn't know.
I would say, okay, I was at a gig recently, a comedy gig, Russell Brand, and I've been a fan of Russell Brand for years and years.
We've debated this many times.
Yeah, it's sort of a you either love him or hate him sort of thing, isn't it? But I've loved him for years, not in that way, but you know. I got to the gig with my wife, Hayley. She bought me the tickets a long time ago. So we got there, and we were sat on the 6th row, sort of dangerously close to the stage, I thought. And it was. I just felt like it was almost fate that he was gonna pick me out.
He was gonna interact with you.
Yeah. I had that feeling, and lo and behold, he decided to bring the house lights up at one point in the gig, and he started talking about a survey that the audience had done beforehand, and so he was talking about it's blah blah blah. People had sent in embarrassing sexual conquests and things like this, and so he mentioned a couple of people in the audience, and they gave woo, and so they got their minute in the spotlight.
Yeah.
So anyway, he gets to this person, and he's talking. He gives the story about this guy that had this experience where this person had. It was an embarrassing sexual fact. So this person had ejaculated on a dog. And anyway, so Russell Brand, he says this. He says, blah blah blah. This geezer's. He's jaffed on a dog, whatever. And then he goes, and then he said the name. The name was, it escapes me now, Lee Eddington, something like that.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Lee Eddington. And he was expecting, woo, yeah, it's me, and it was deathly silent. The whole arena, the whole auditorium, whatever it's called, was completely silent. So Brand starts going, right, where is this guy? Where is he? I've got his fucking seat number here. Right, so he's going, right, Lee Eddington, you're sat on F6. And I'm sat there going, I'm around that area. I'm pretty sure I'm around the Fs. And so I looked at Hayley and I was like, are we F? And she was like, yeah, we're F. So we were looking up and down the aisle going, what's going on here? What's going on? And I look at the back of my seat and I'm like, F6? Oh. So, Russell Brand's just sort of scouring the audience, looking round. And there starts to be a little commotion on our row, sort of like people going, sort of, little kerfuffle or whatever. And Brand's eyes just start darting towards our area. And he just locked eyes with me from across the room. It was quite beautiful, really. It was quite romantic. And he just his eyes just pierced right into me. And I was like, oh, God. Oh, God. And he was looking at me. He was going, I reckon it's that geezer over there. I reckon it's him. And I'm just going, oh, God. I was like, I had a feeling something was going to happen. And I was just looking down. I was thinking, no. And but anyway, he starts coming down from the stage, walking into the rows. And before I know it, he's next to me. He's literally next to me. On his way to me, he'd been saying, right, I'm going to have to see some fucking ID, mate. I'm going to have to see some ID. So he is coming to me, and I was like, right, okay. So for some reason, I just got my wallet out, and I had I just pulled my driver's license out and put it in his face. So, he comes over to me and he goes, right, this is Lee Eddington. So he takes my driving license off me and he goes, Sean Philip Corrigan. In the whole arena, and I'm just like dying. And and he goes, I don't believe this, mate. I reckon you did wank on a dog. It was I was dying of embarrassment and laughing, kind of, and just. But Russell Brand is like one of my icons and heroes, so I was just like, I just kind of wanted to,
touch him,
a little bit. But I was just kind of frozen in fear in a way. So
I don't even know how I'd react in that situation.
Yeah, he announced my name anyway, and then I think he could see that I was crumbling under the spotlight. So he just leant down and gave me a big smooch on the cheek.
Nice.
A little arm around the shoulder and a big old smacker on the cheek. And my name got read out by Russell Brand. And then all the way through the show, he was calling back to Lee Eddington and nodding over to me and pointing over at me. So I was Lee Eddington for the whole night. Since then, just to wrap this up, Lee Eddington has actually got in touch with me. Since then.
Really?
Yeah, on Twitter, Lee Eddington has got in touch with me. Before that, Russell Brand had written a tweet saying, thank you, Scunthorpe, for a good night, blah, 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 and questionable dog shampoos, something like that. And then I just tweeted back to him, I'm not Lee Eddington. And he responded, Russell Brand, to me, and he said, oh no, I saw your fucking driver's license. And then Lee Eddington since then has tweeted me and Russell Brand saying, I'm Lee Eddington, this is my story. And he did a little YouTube video. So it's been all continued and wrapped up. So the saga is complete.
Tremendous.
Amazing.
So,
wow.
I thought I'd share that one with you.
That's a good anecdote.
To break
Thank
the
you.
ice.
Yeah.
Away.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Did Lee share a picture or a video? Was his dog in the video?
I've since seen he's in. There are a lot of dogs in his Facebook pictures. so
with matted hair.
Do you reckon he went to school with that
sure
beard?
which dog in.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. But he's an animal lover. That's for sure.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, Sean.
I just like the word jaffed.
Yeah,
I've
you
never used
jaffed
that
on a dog.
before.
And the impression's fantastic.
Thank you.
Jaffed in my pants.
Excellent, brilliant. Well, from Sean Corrigan, the Shaun of the Dead. There it is. So the opening quote was from Shaun of the Dead, which was the last movie lane, which Graham Robson kindly gave us, and I guessed correctly. So the opening question this week is, you are in a zombie apocalypse. Which 3 celebrities would you have join you in your battle against the undead? So I'll kick things off. Now I went for logic, I guess.
I like to think I have as well.
I think I have. So I tried. First of all, I broke them down into 3 categories, and I wanted scavenger, I wanted muscle, and I wanted brains.
Yeah.
So my scavenger one, I've gone for Bear Grylls. Okay.
See, no. See, I thought about this, right? In picking someone like Bear Grylls, it's just too
cliche.
It's too sensible, I think.
Well, in a zombie apocalypse, I think sensible. It's the way forward.
Right,
surely
okay.
it has to be, because I don't want to get eaten and I don't want to die. So
Right.
surely, right? So not just for the scavenging abilities, but the fact that one, he's a handsome bloke. So it's always nice to have attractive people around you.
Fair enough.
He's got a bit of banter about him,
Yeah. Watch me drink this piss.
Well, exactly. If a man's willing to do that, he's willing to protect me during
Stupid.
it. I'm not you are.
Yeah.
So I think he could go out
version?
and he could forage. He could show me the way if we have to. Because surely I'd go to the wilderness at this stage.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go to the wilderness. I'm going to try and, because I don't think zombies they're not equipped with hiking boots and gilets and all of that. Jazz. Well,
Yeah,
they might be
yeah.
unless they came from a mountain store.
Yeah, maybe he worked at Go Outdoors when he got attacked. Had his seizure, and maybe he woke up and was just very comfy.
Loads of zombies wearing cagoules, rain jackets.
Zombies in anoraks.
So my next one, I went for muscle. which was.
Did you pick Adam Wood?
I mean, you were a close second.
Oh, what?
Unfortunately, you were pipped by Terry Crews.
Right.
Right. Now, why wouldn't you take Terry Crews with you?
Yeah, I
He's
can get
just
that, yeah.
big and he's sexy. Sorry, I'm talking about how much these males are attractive, but
And surprisingly diverse for your school of thought. Is that why you picked him? So we wouldn't tell you off for being a racist again?
Here we go again. So Terry Crews, entertaining guy.
I feel embarrassed to ask who Terry Crews is.
Terry Crews.
You know,
I'm sorry.
him off
White
White
Chicks,
Girls. White Chicks. It
yeah.
may be summertime in the
Expendables.
Hamptons, but it is snowing up in here.
Expendables, the big Expendables.
I could just think Martin Lawrence now.
No, he's
No,
like
From
no,
White
no.
Chicks,
six.
wasn't he?
He's just like massive muscular.
He's an absolute
He's a
unit.
beast.
I think
Yeah.
I'd know him if I saw him. Sorry.
Wait, hang on. I'm gonna get your picture.
Yeah,
Just for the
you carry on.
purposes-
I'll get the picture.
What's
I'll
the
get the picture.
advert? What's the advert he advertised with?
Oh,
He's
it's
the
an old-
linebacker, the office
no,
linebacker.
he's got the he plays the
Old,
The-
not Old Spice though. That was
no.
I'll get him up. You'll
Right, okay.
you'll definitely recognise him when you see him.
right. I'll go. Yeah. So Terry Crews, I thought he's funny.
I see. Sorry.
Yeah, do you recognise him?
yeah. Fantastic.
So he's funny. He's a big guy. He's the muscle. Surely he's going to keep me entertained. He's going to be protected and safe, warm at night.
This sounds like a fucking Lonely Hearts advert. Yeah.
It's like you surviving Brokeback Mountain here.
I'll not survive that though.
And the
surely.
third one is Heath Ledger.
So third one, I've gone for brains, and just to balance it up, I've gone for Rachel Riley.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surely she's smart.
Just want
I
to do
can
a few anagrams on the side. just-
Exactly.
just,
I mean,
pass
imagine the
time.
game of countdown we could have.
Bit of long
with all of us.
multiplication.
Yeah.
Keep the brain ticking over. And to be honest, I can think of a lot worse people to be
Exactly.
in a zombie apocalypse with.
So,
Because she's only going to have so much fight in her. Just realised.
Oh,
I didn't mean to sound that rapey,
Okay.
but
it definitely did.
But yes, that's my three. That's my three.
Yeah,
Hopefully, battling the undead successfully. Sean, what have you got for us?
Okay. Right. Okay. So I went with. First of all, I thought about this. I gave this a lot of thought. So I thought my first thought was I'm gonna think of like puns. So I was thinking I was trying to think of puns to do with Dead,
yeah.
Walking Dead,
Okay.
Walker, Kyle Walker.
Right, okay.
That was my first thought. I thought, well, Kyle Walker kind of sounds like The Walking Dead, but then I moved away from that. Kyle Walker's not on the list. I didn't want Kyle Walker. So
No,
I
he
thought,
seems
no,
like a bit of a tart.
yeah, I'm not going to have Kyle Walker. I thought, no, that's just silly. Then I thought, right, I'm going to think of someone who looks kind of dead. Just sort of feels So my mind then went to Pete Doherty.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a logical sort of jump. But then I got rid of him. So I finally ended up with, I was thinking, right, Shaun of the Dead, Walking Dead, what do these things all have in common? All of the main people are very proficient with weapons.
Yeah.
So I was thinking weapon wielders.
Nice.
I'll need for this. I was thinking more literally the actual fighting aspect of it.
Okay.
So I was thinking, right, in Shaun of the Dead, he's very good with the cricket bat. So I
Yeah.
was thinking, right, and now you're going to see my references are a little bit dated.
Right.
Because I thought, right, cricket. I don't really know much about cricket,
I don't know where this is going.
but I thought that my references on cricket are pretty old. So I thought, right, the only cricket I could think of at this moment was Brian Lara.
Fuck me, that is.
Wow,
I wasn't thinking you were going to go that
So
back.
I'm having the West Indian sensation Brian Lara.
Yeah, I'll go with
as
that,
my
yeah.
first
Nice.
pick because he is hellacious with a cricket bat. I'm not sure if he's still, but he was very good at
Is
in
he
his,
not
in his
dead?
prime.
No, I don't think so.
Pretty sure he's still going.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
gonna find
Probably-
if he's
probably
dead, I
still-
suppose he's an advantage because they'll just blend right in, won't he? But
He still have his bat in his hand.
exactly.
Yeah, he's probably still knocking the cricket.
He died
Bat
by
around.
the wicket.
Yeah, so Brian Lara is my number one choice. My second choice, I thought, I was thinking with the weapons, I was thinking, right, okay, golf clubs, tennis rackets.
No, he's still alive. He's 48.
Yeah, okay, so my next one, good to see. Glad, good for him.
Yeah, good.
Nice to see Brian still going. Yeah, my next one was, I thought, what's another deadly weapon, or could be a deadly weapon? And for some reason, I don't know why my brain does this, but it went to, he was good at javelin back in the day.
I couldn't tell you a single person.
Yeah,
No,
and once again, I've reverted back to my childhood, the 90s.
Okay.
I'm sort of a child of the 90s, and this person, for some reason, has just always lodged in my brain like the javelin he threw. And this person is Steve Backley.
Steve Backley.
Steve Backley.
All right.
None other than Steve Backley.
I literally have no
And if you
idea.
don't know
I
who-
don't know who
If you don't
Steve
know
is.
who
Oh,
he
yeah,
is,
I think he's an OB. He's an OBE.
there he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got credentials.
Yeah.
Sounds like the start of a rap, doesn't it? Steve Backley, he's an OBE.
Yeah.
There
So
you go.
we got Brian Lara, famed 90s cricketer. Got Steve Backley, wonderful 90s javelin.
Do you know he's a corporate and motivational speaker now?
There we go.
Yeah.
See, we've got things going on all over the place
Yeah.
here. Right, okay. So I've got Brian Lara, Steve Backley, and then last night I've told you I was watching for some reason SummerSlam 1990. I'm a
Yeah.
bit of a wrestling
Right. Sorry.
nerd.
Can we just go back to Steve Backley for
Go
a
on.
quick minute? Right. I've looked on here, and it's got. He was born on the 12th of February 1969. He is 1.95 meters tall. His spouse, and it says Claire Backley, from 2002 to 2014. She must have been pretty young.
You don't mess around, Steve.
No.
Wait, what do you mean? What?
Well, he's obviously. It says, yeah, she was alive for 12 years. So at what point did he meet her?
I think
when she
that-
got married.
That's what
Yeah.
they're married
Divorced.
I
to.
think that's when divorced, maybe.
Right, okay.
She wasn't born in 2002. Is that what you're referring to?
It says
She didn't
spouse,
die after
Claire
that.
Backley,
Yeah.
brackets, 2002 to 2014.
That's
That's
when
the-
they were married
Yeah,
from
that's the
too.
yeah.
Well, it needs
10
to clear, it
minutes.
needs to clear that up. Or he's gonna,
10 minutes before he turned it back to paedophilia.
You never looked at Wikipedia before.
Can you imagine they were only married for a year? What you would have thought at this stage? Married from 2014 to 15. The sick bastard.
They had a good stint. There, Claire and
Yeah,
Steve.
12 years.
12
Well
good,
done. Well
12
done,
good.
Steve.
in this
12
day and
good
age,
years.
that's a girthy
Yeah, that's
marriage.
12 good years.
And you were saying your third one, Sean.
Third
what
one,
was your
final
third
one was relating to SummerSlam 1990.
Mm.
I just thought, right, I was watching it, a couple of red wines deep, and I thought, right, I'm missing my third one, and then who comes marching down the aisle? None other than Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Nice.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
and he can wield a plank of wood.
The
Let me tell you.
2x4.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, Big Jim, the big, rugged American bastard.
Yeah,
with his
yeah,
big
yeah.
plank of wood. So I've got
Amazing.
Brian Lara, Steve Backley, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Quite the trio. Fantastic. Thank you,
Safe
Sean.
to say, would have thought of none of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
true.
thought no one in the world has said those three people.
No,
No,
probably
I
never
don't
in the
think in
same sentence.
any situation where you
No.
would come with this question, you
So-
would come with
so-
them three.
So I'm quite pleased with that.
Marvellous.
Excellent. Woody, what
right.
you got?
Right. Mine is nowhere near as glamorous as yours, and probably nowhere near as practical as yours, but in my world, this makes sense. So, number one, I've gone with Derek Akora. There we go. Right. So, zombie apocalypse, right? Inevitably, you're all going to die. So, there need to be people who are proficient in certain skills, yet you're not going to be that bothered if they die. So, Derek Akora, he can do all of his mind stuff and speak to the other side. So you can get him to try and reason with zombies, right? So it's almost like a win-win, because I think he's talking shit anyway. But you can say to him, Derek, go and have a word with them zombies and fucking tell them to chill out or tell them to go somewhere else.
Bring them
So
back. Bring
if
them
his
back.
skills do work, fine.
Yeah.
You can redirect them somewhere else. You can reason with them. And if they don't, they're just going to eat him, which gives me time to get away. And yeah, I'm not going to shed a tear if Derek Akora dies. So that was my first choice. Second choice is Charlie Dimmock. Right.
Okay.
Charlie.
I've looked at this in a similar light to you in terms of what kind of skills do you need people to have in these situations. So if you think about her experience in agricultural sciences,
Yeah.
it can only come in handy, as you say, if you end up in the wilderness and
Yeah.
you need to feather some sticks together to make a fire. Charlie's going to nail that down.
She'll identify different berries and
Oh
flowers
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
You can eat them berries. Them berries are good. Them
Yeah.
berries aren't good.
Little water feature.
Little water feature, yeah, yeah. You want a patio in your den? Charlie's your girl. But there's a few other reasons for it as well. I'm going to assume for a rugged woman like Charlie Dimmocks that she's probably also proficient in the world of animal husbandry, so she could probably kill a chicken or two, because zombie apocalypse or not, I will still want a chicken curry on a Friday night. And she's not the worst looking bit of kit in the world, so if worst comes to worst.
I remember her in Ground Force.
Yeah, Ground Force, that was it, yeah.
With
Titchmarsh.
with the old... she always didn't really wear...
She never wore a bra.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
did she not?
No.
That was, she was pretty famous for that, wasn't she?
Well, that's just
That
a
was your
fourth reason.
pre-pubescent early wanks.
See?
That's a fourth reason.
Yeah,
isn't
there
it?
you go, yeah.
You'd
Close
watch
eyes when Titchmarsh comes on.
You'd watch Ground Force for that complete reason. Bit of cheap frills at
Close your eyes.
7 o'clock on a
Titchmarsh
weeknight or something.
Right, okay.
Mother be, what are you doing up there? Nothing.
Nothing.
Just watching Ground Force.
Ground force.
Summer's coming. I'm getting ready.
More like pound force.
Is this a water feature in your bed?
Just jaffing all over the shop. Third and probably most least, I've gone for star of Ice Road Truckers, Alex Daborski.
Of course.
One, because he's got a lorry, so his driving skills are unquestionable. And if you watch Ice Road Truckers, they've always got really warm clothes on, so cometh the night time.
Yeah.
If he gets eaten by zombies, one, you can then either have his truck or hide in his truck, and he's probably got a really warm coat on, so he'll stay warm. And yet again, nothing personal, but I wouldn't be too gutted if...
He was a
if
religious man as well, I believe.
Oh, was he? Well, there you go. You can...
We could hold a morning mass.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Alex Daborski, Derek Akora, and Charlie Dimmock.
Fantastic. Excellent choice. Graham finishes off.
Well,
What?
that's Charlie Dimmock's job, that.
How do you
Finish
follow those?
So, anyway, yes, I try to be sensible and think of some logical reasons. And I did have Hafthor Bjornsson.
Hafthor Bjornsson, yeah.
The mountain from Game of Thrones.
Ah, right. This
There
all
you
makes
go.
sense now. Right, okay, yeah.
But then I was like, is he going to get annoyed that I can't pronounce his name
Yeah.
and get a bit angry?
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I'll tell you what, we'll maybe swap him for Eddie Hall. I was thinking,
Yeah.
strong men, they're going to take a lot of zombies on. Negative side, they're going to eat a shit ton of food.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are, yeah.
So they both got knocked off that list. Then went, right, a different way. Maybe it's Frankie Boyle.
Bit of banter.
He's Glaswegian. He's got to be handy. It's just like inbred.
Oh, yeah. Probably got some cans of special brew floating.
There you go.
somewhere.
It's quite negative.
He'll have a stash.
Bring the mood down, but
Maybe
No,
he's more of a realist, maybe.
Possibly.
a cynic.
Keep you grounded.
Yeah.
But then I kind of got bored. He could get bored of him, so I fucked him off. So then I was left with basically my way of thinking was, well, Scarlett Johansson.
That's a logical jump.
Yes,
I
well,
think.
you are going to need to repopulate. There's no skirting about it. At some point, repopulation attempt has to come into it. So why not start?
She'd be more than willing.
Well, there you go. Well, don't really got a choice, really. If there's any chance,
It has to happen.
it's when a zombie apocalypse is there.
And as we said, she's only got so much fight in her.
Exactly. But she's handy because of the Avengers movies,
Yeah, oh yeah,
So
I
you never know.
suppose, yeah.
So she ended up being the first choice. Second choice, Katy Perry.
Right, okay.
You've just gone for women you want to plough then.
Maybe. Well, yeah, pretty much.
So we had this
Again?
we had this conversation earlier on about carcinogenic foods, and the conclusion that we came to as a group was, fuck it, we're all going to die, have some fun on the way there. You
that's what you
taking that
Exactly.
exact approach into this, and I'm just
It
I'm
might be the
surrounding
only
myself with
chance
all
at end of days, and that would be it.
Yeah.
And third choice was, because I'm not a racist, Beyonce.
What?
Okay.
And, wait, multicultural.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
There's more women, so less incest. Oh, wait, no. That doesn't work, though. Incest, no.
That's going to be one hell of an orgy, that might. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And if
It'll be
all
a
else
quick
fails,
orgy.
and I was to die at the hands of, them,
Mm-hmm.
it's a better option than zombies.
If the last thing you're going to look at is Katy Perry, Beyonce, and Scarlett Johansson,
Smash my
I'm
face.
going out with an
whatever.
erection.
There you go. Either way, yep. Like
I'm going out at full mast.
So I did start off thinking sensible, and
And then you just
And
went
then,
into women.
it
But you
got to-
wanted to.
if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die my way.
Yeah, my group sounds shit compared to
I
yours.
know, yeah, I want his.
I don't really want
his,
to. I don't want to really be around Brian Lara and Hacksaw Jim Duggan anymore. Sweaty men. I want to be with your girls.
At
But you're
least
not allowed
if
because
Graham.
I had to pick 3, and unfortunately, not one of you cunts made the list.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah,
At
that's a
least-
good point. None of us thought.
No, I know.
Let's stay together as a team.
we're not celebrities though.
Oh,
Yeah.
My kids
Yeah.
didn't make
Yeah.
that list either.
What you say?
My kids didn't make that list
All
either.
right. Yeah, that's a good
Give
point.
them a
Yeah.
second thought.
I am going to hell. Yep.
It's all right.
Excellent, brilliant. Well, that rounds off the first opening question, of the episode. Fantastic, amazing.
Charlie Dimmocks, though.
Well, you know, each
He
their
goes
own.
singing
Big
now.
ginger swinging titties flying around. Clubbing zombies as she runs.
I want to watch some Ground Force.
Yeah, I think we should get. Yeah,
Surely, if you're going on TV, you wear a fucking bra.
No, who the
It's
fuck
not like
watches
she's a
Ground Force?
Kardashian that's going to
Really,
be.
though.
I think that was a ploy. I think the BBC have noticed that and gone.
Why do you think
keep
it's such
doing
high
that.
figures?
Yeah.
It's Ground Force with Alan Titchmarsh.
It's
at the end
like-
of the day.
It was like in Friends with Jennifer Aniston, wasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
She-
Well, it was all three of them, wasn't it?
So
Hey, Monica and Phoebe, at least once a
the
series.
British version was Charlie Dimmock. That's what we got.
Jennifer Aniston
Bit of
compared
a-
to Charlie Dimmock.
Bit of
Wow.
a
Brilliant. So if you like what you hear, subscribe on iTunes.
You
We're on
probably
iTunes
don't.
now. Yeah. Subscribe on iTunes.
Ground
and leave
Force
us a,
fan. Fan of 90s cricket and bizarre references.
We're catering for everybody.
We are.
But do leave us a review if you'd be so
Dirty
kind.
old pervert.
Get in touch with the Alnham Island. Head over to our Facebook page, which is at Alnham Island Podcast, to leave us a post or send us a direct message. We've also launched our official website now, which has all our episodes, bios, and some photos of handsome gents on there. Sean's photos will be up very soon.
As a treat.
There it is.
Yeah.
The web address is alnhamislandpodcast.co.uk. Simple as. Very nice and simple. Likewise, any questions, comments, musings, quips, or stories, get in touch. You can email us at contact@alnhamislandpodcast.co.uk. So do get in touch. On today's episode, we discuss the latest hot topics in football, catch up on the winners and losers in the official Alnham Island Fantasy League. I put the guys to the test in Movie Lane, and for pure bants, we talk movies and gaming. Stick around. In a world full of contradictions, controversy, and very little job security, the managers of the Premier League have been dodging, ducking, diving, and dodging their way through the 3 weeks of fixtures, all trying to avoid the sack. There's been some slain at the sword of the owners, and others have sailed through seamlessly. The manager cycle, the merry go round. What's been happening?
Sheer alliteration in that.
It's just,
Phenomenal, yeah.
it's just the same.
Intro.
Hey, alliteration.
Yeah.
There it is
That's
again.
yeah, that's a throwback to episode one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Primary
So we've had,
teaching.
how many have we had them? We've had 5 in total this season slain.
It's like a shit wife swap party.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Effectively, it's all it is. They just swap each other's clubs around and fuck that one up for a bit, and then swap to another one.
And you're essentially right. There's all this talk, right, that all these foreigners coming over. I know it sounds like something Ken would say. But,
Ken Frog.
Is that what he's doing?
Young managers not getting a chance.
Yeah, they say, oh, young English managers aren't getting a chance. Well, actually, no. Your problem is the older English managers
The
like
old
just
boys
get
network.
that just get recycled through different
Yeah.
clubs over and sometimes they go back to the clubs, and it's them that are the problem. I think results driven business. Oh, get Allardyce in. Oh yeah, I bet you're fucking buzzing if you're an Everton fan right now.
They're all business decisions, aren't
Well,
they?
they're not going to get relegated.
No, they won't. They won't. They
Just,
genuinely
that's
won't.
it.
Low risk.
But
Yeah,
when you spunk 140 million at the beginning of the season, and you end up not even halfway through, and you've got to rely on Sam Allardyce to keep you
Yeah.
up.
What was it you said earlier on that he's the highest paid manager in
He's the
Europe?
highest. He's paid more than thingy at Madrid, Atletico, Simeone. He's on more than him. He's on something like 6 million a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
6.5 million. He's only got an 18-month contract.
Yeah.
Or something.
He
Which
played
is
at
his
the-
it's his what would be the term?
daylight fucking robbery.
Well, yeah.
Well, I suppose it's not though. Really, it's
It's
Well, if he
a
doesn't-
calling card, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get no, that's not wrong.
If he
Getting
does
that.
them a job, then it's worth their money to them.
He does
isn't
what
it?
he says
Because-
on the tin. So
It's like Ronzi
Oh, yeah.
Lai,
yeah,
but like,
you know what you're getting with them.
Yeah.
but like, and then you got like Pardew and West Brom, and like, how can you? I mean, when he was at Palace, they had the lowest points total in all 4 divisions
really.
at one
Is that
point.
Pardew?
Pardew at Palace,
Yeah.
that's where he finished off at,
Yeah.
and a year later, he'd be on another big money Premier League
Oh, yeah,
job.
yeah.
It does make.
I think the week before when he did Super Sunday, didn't he? And he was sat there with his fucking slick back hair.
His
and
new goatee as well.
his new goatee. Yeah. If you need it to look more like some sort of weird Cockney salesman, but anyway, he was sat there and they said, what do you think West Brom need to do right now? And he just went into fucking job interview mode, and he sort of like leant forward, hand on one thigh, and he was like, well, if I'm not the manager, but if I was, he was like, they need to create an identity and just concentrate on doing that one thing right. And it was fucking cringeworthy. You were just thinking, but it's obviously worked because he's now
He's a sleazy man. Isn't he?
he's as sleazy as the
He's
cum.
got- yeah.
Now, if we look at it all, there's been 5 sackings. The first was Frank de Boer, then it was Craig Shakespeare.
Yeah,
The
Last
ball
time.
was horrendous. By the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. I think that's probably the most ridiculous out of
That,
the
that
lot.
was
it.
ridiculous.
So he was there 77 days.
Shakespeare was calmer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he's replaced by Claude Puel. And Shakespeare was there for 236 days at the helm.
Yeah.
Ronald Koeman, he was the next to take the chop.
Yes, he was.
He was there 496 days, replaced by Sam Allardyce. But David Unsworth was caretaker in between. Bilic, 881 days at West Ham.
That
Yeah.
just fell to pieces, didn't he?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had a decent season. Well, good season last season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't. His first season was good because he's been there 2 and it was his second season last season. Wasn't it?
No, it was his third because didn't he have?
This is his third, isn't it?
This was his third because
Yeah.
he had the
His
last
first season
season
was
at the
good.
Berlin, didn't he?
His
And
first
then
season was
the
good,
move
and then they moved to the London Stadium,
Yeah.
and it all went
went to
Pete
shit.
Tong.
Yeah.
And he got a bit of leeway for the new moving to a new ground.
Mm-hmm.
And
But they referred to him as like he was a West Ham legend.
It'll just be because that the last game at the stadium when was it Manchester United they were playing,
Yeah.
and they won the last game, right? But it was almost like this kind of, it would go down in folklore.
Yeah.
Like this
Oh,
game
yeah,
happened.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's and he had what we're talking 1 good season with him, 2.
That's yeah.
So-
a lot of the fans don't blame him per se. The more anger from the West Ham fans is at the board, I think.
and they bought
Karen
a load
Brady.
of players this season, but
And I
A
don't
lot
think,
of
I
them
don't
were
think
on
he
the
had a
way
lot of
out.
saying who they bought, mate.
no.
It's
Seemed to
seemed
buy
to be the West Ham way. Going to the papers about, are you going to sign this? Yeah, we nearly got him through the door.
Yeah.
Some big money signing, but we ended up not. But
And I was talking about Parish a few weeks ago. Was it Alan Parish, Steve Parish?
Steve Parish.
Steve Parish. They're all, West Ham owners are another set of
Clowns.
clowns. Yeah, cheers. As well, they're always fucking always on Twitter and that. I said, fuck off, just do a job, just invest.
So Slaven was replaced by the one and only David Moyes.
Depressing.
It's hard to
It
ever
must be
say that.
depressing. That's the
I
West Ham
genuinely feel really sorry for him.
Really?
I really do.
Just go
honestly.
away, David Moyes.
Not even
Time-
before we went to
time
the
to-
Mackhams. I felt he was getting so much shit at Man United, and fair game.
You should never have took that job.
No,
It was-
It was the worst thing.
You're not going to
I've
turn
done
it down, really.
no.
But to follow Sir Alex Ferguson is always going to be career suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I couldn't really think of anybody.
Still-
I
Yeah,
would
who
have
else
thought.
could have followed Alex Ferguson? I can't think of.
No.
No.
There's that ironic thing, isn't there, that if you type in Sir Alex Ferguson in an iMessage, sometimes it like says, it brings up above a word instead of it. If you type in Sir Alex Ferguson, it says no replacement found, which right,
Okay.
But no, I genuinely do feel sorry for him. I just think because he's so old,
He's a bit of a
and
dinosaur,
frail
isn't he,
and,
now, I think.
Yeah. Is he going to turn West Ham season around?
No, I don't think so.
I've not maybe mind up yet.
No.
I don't.
They've got a
No.
couple of decent results now, haven't they?
Mm,
Since he's
Um,
come in, he's
they got a point.
maybe a couple of draws. I don't know, but he's
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
draw.
yeah.
He's a draw merchant, really, isn't he?
The last game, Everton, was
They got
They got spanked off Everton.
absolutely
banked.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney, hat-trick.
Yeah.
Scored from
Yeah.
his own half.
That was some goal as well. In the final casualty was Tony Pulis. So West Brom lost their manager. He was there for 1,054 days. So
Was it interesting? The headline of I was reading after he got sacked was the man West Brom need is now Tony Pulis.
Yeah.
That's the manager they now need.
sack and bring him back.
Tony Pulis to keep them up.
Yeah. I think some of them were just weird. The De Boer one was just fucking weird. I know there was all the stuff that went on behind the scenes with that, but
They actually played quite well when they were.
Yeah.
I watched the last 2 games, and I thought they played well. They were unlucky, very unlucky, against Burnley. Was it when they absolutely Burnley? They absolutely battered them chance-wise.
Yeah.
And they still lost, but they could have easily had
27 attempts on goal or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one that just summed up the Premier League for me was that the Koeman one.
Yeah.
I can never know how to say his name.
Koeman.
Koeman.
Is that spice?
Put in curry.
Yeah.
Cumin.
Curry, don't talk at me.
Oh, it's back to curry
Me
again.
and Charlie Dimmock are having a curry soon. But yeah, the amount of money that they spent, and then for a few, what was it? Not even 3 months later, off you go.
Yeah.
Well, so you just spent 140 million and you're in the relegation zone. It isn't.
Yeah, but it's massive changes to make to that for a team.
Yeah,
the second you spend all that money, all the players then.
Imagine if you got relegated after spending that much. Imagine the
suppose,
potential damage.
Yeah.
Plus, they want to build a new stadium. Are they going to build a new stadium when they're in the championship?
Have you seen the design for that? That looks fucking unreal.
Have you seen?
But is that going to would that go through when they're in the championship?
Probably
Would
not.
you-
Well, no, it probably would, to be fair, because Everton aren't going to be in the championship
Nah,
now.
they'll stay up. They will.
No,
Well,
they're going to stay up now.
Yeah.
But when as an owner and you've got all these visions,
Yeah.
So you go.
are
for
you
a
going to
safe-
take the punt? Are you going to
go for a safe bet?
and go get Sam in?
Yeah. Yeah.
An 18-month contract. He's got the rest of the season.
Keep you
Next
steady.
season, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised maybe if they bin him in the summer and get the one they really want, which could happen.
Yeah. Who is the one that really
I
wants?
don't.
And
I
he'll
they
just-
really want Marco Silva.
He'll just pack up his little yellow
Who does he
three-wheeler
manage?
van. And,
I think it's Watford.
I think it's Watford. Really?
So let me ask you a question about Everton. So when did Big Ron? When did he go? How many games ago on average?
I think Unsworth had like 6
It's
games. didn't
been 5 weeks since the sacked Koeman.
So 5 weeks. So they're 10th now.
he? Yeah.
They're 10th in the Premier League. Was that actually? If he stayed and they didn't sack him, do you think it was just one of those things embedding that team in? They would have
I
just
think
been
it was,
anyway?
yeah.
So should they have given him longer?
I think they should have.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
long term,
I'd
the
say-
best thing for Everton
It's
was
because
to
they've
keep.
won their last 2 games. And the last one, today, but West Ham, who were also struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's
can
hard.
you really count that?
It's
I mean,
hard to say.
if Koeman was there against a struggling West Ham, they probably could have still won. Maybe it's not as.
It seemed like the
emphatically.
players had lost a bit of faith.
I think so.
I think.
And you've
But I
got
think you see that happening all the time now,
Yeah.
though, don't
the
you?
West Ham
All
one,
the
though.
players just stopped playing.
Allardyce was in the stands. Then it got announced that he was taking over after the match. So they knew he was coming. So I don't know how much of a bounce you'd get from Sam.
Allardyce
Sam
has just
Allardyce
gone
coming in.
4-4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Back to basics. Launch it.
Before we move on to the next topic, I want predictions for the next time we meet. When we meet again, do you think how many more sackings do you think there'll be in the next 5 weeks?
Hughesy.
You're in
I reckon
Hughesy.
Hughesy could go.
So how many are you going to go for? You're going to go for one?
It all depends because it's leading up to that Christmas stint, isn't it? What will make or break your season. But I think the 2 that are really going to worry will be Hughesy and Ray Clement.
Paul.
Swansea, yeah.
Oh, what?
Clement.
Ray
Paul
Who's
Paul
Ray
Clement.
Which one's Ray Clements?
Ray Clements.
Ray
is
Clements
a
is like a really
old goalkeeper.
goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That's
Paul
it. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Paul
Yeah.
Clement.
Paul
Yeah.
Clement. Yeah, I could see
Yes.
him going
Yeah.
definitely.
I could see him going
Oh,
Swansea.
No, don't you fucking dare remix that. I
Swansea.
swear.
I can't promise
So the
anything.
pipeline now. I'd say they're Swansea now bottom, I think.
The bottom
9
9 points, yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see Paul.
I could see
Clement.
that.
It's a shame because
Geez,
I'd if we're talking about English managers getting recycled, I'd quite like to see Paul Clement get recycled into a maybe it's a team like Huddersfield or someone like that.
Yeah.
Not a massive team, but I'd like
He
to
was
see
at
him.
Derby. He was at Derby.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
I think he looks like a hitman, me, He wears those black gloves and long
How
black
cool
coat.
for his age? How cool does he look in a tracksuit?
He does, yeah.
But
He,
you know,
he looks like he's one of the boys,
Yeah.
doesn't he, when he's cutting around in
do
the
you not look at some managers and think, you're a number 2.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
that when
I
I
can
look
see
at
that.
He's worked for Ancelotti
Clement-
for so
Clement
many. He's
seems like
number
that
2.
type.
He's a
Yeah.
trusted number 2. Is he in that bracket?
He's like he's not a main man. He's an advisor sort of type.
I know, I know what you mean.
So what are you sticking with, 1 or 2? You're going 2.
Is it Sackings or Walkins?
Either or.
Well, no, this day and age, you're never going to walk away
Nah.
from a job, are you? In the Premier League.
No,
absolutely
absolutely
not.
Take your compensation.
You take that
Yeah.
Monday to Friday riddling off the press every week because you know that you'll get hefty bit of
Nice.
Wonga.
I literally can't think of any teams at the moment in my head. So
Even a number will be fine. You're gonna go.
I need to
You're
see
saying 2, aren't you?
I'd go.
I'm going to go 1.
1
I think
second.
Hughes is going to get sacked.
Okay.
But
Sean?
I think Swansea will stick with Clement.
Right.
I'll go 3.
3.
Fucking hell.
Rafa Benitez out.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Fucking
Peter.
Fucking hell, right.
Thought I'd introduce myself properly.
No,
Yeah.
I would never want him out. I just
He's
have
never
horrible-
in a million years is he going to get
He
sacked
wouldn't-
on the
no.
verge of a buyout because he's.
No. I mean, I'm obviously that, but I'm just have a horrible feeling.
Do you
that-
genuinely think Rafa's going to get sacked?
No,
No.
I just said it.
All right. Okay.
I have a horrible feeling still. I wake up that
I'm all worried about him
the
walking.
takeover's going to fall through, and Ashley's going to go, "Well, you doing tried strong enough to sack you." And get Pulis in. That was.
If you
I
want-
woke
if-
up in cold sweats the other day, thinking with a nightmare of that vision.
I worry more about him
A
walking.
nightmare of a tracksuit and a.
Well,
and
when
a
you see
baseball
some of
cap.
them, when you hear some of the numbers that support us, the way they're going on, that will.
He doesn't seem happy, Benitez, does he? He seems disappointed.
He's
with,
getting
with
He
the
gets
board.
seems
Flamed
very
up.
frustrated. And
battered on
frustrated,
social
yeah.
media by our own fans and that. And
I haven't
say
seen.
fans
I haven't
loosely 'cause
seen
they're
that
just
much.
bell ends, really. But,
You're on a bad run, Newcastle.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Yeah.
but we're always going to struggle.
I'm going to stick on 3.
We talked about this earlier on. You could argue that the 3 teams that came up, our squad was the weakest at the start of the Premier League season because we invested the least.
Agreed.
How have we ended up talking about Newcastle again? This happens every
Yeah, it does,
episode.
it does.
We have like a
Newcastle
little tune
fancast.
section. Yeah.
So Sean's on 3 seconds. Woody's
I've
on
got
1.
one. Mark
Graham,
Hughes.
give me a number. What you going for?
Well, I would definitely say Hughes, Clement. Who else is
Is that Ray or Paul?
Paul.
yes. Sack Ray Clement.
The goalkeeping
Who else
coach.
is struggling that hasn't already been?
Clementine?
Bournemouth is 16th. West Brom
No.
17th.
No, Bournemouth
Crystal
are never
Palace
getting rid of
18th.
And
it.
then we're anyhow.
West Ham are 19th and Swansea are 20th.
I'll stick with 2 because out of all them, I can't see Huddersfield sacking Wagner. Not after he got them promoted.
No, I don't think they will. No.
No chance.
I think there's no chance, even if they were to go down. It was a bit like Dyche at
Burnley, yeah,
They went
exactly
down,
the
they
same
kept
thing,
the
yeah.
manager, he's
Yeah.
gone back up, and now look at them 5th.
Yeah.
I think Wagner will be safe, whatever. What he's done for
He
Huddersfield
seems
is
a really
phenomenal,
decent
really.
manager.
He seems like a canny lad. And I would love him.
Oh, yeah.
As a manager,
Oh,
like-
yeah.
So I'll stick with 2, I think.
2.
The passport
Hughes.
office in Burnley is fucking heaving at the minute. They're all like, get me fucking passport ready, I'm going to Europe.
Right, so we've got Graham. So what do you want?
1.
Graham 2, Sean 3. I'm going to go 0. I'm going to go positive. I'm going to stick with 0, say nobody's going to get sacked because it's not the right way. So
When is it the right way? It's never
Exactly.
the right way.
So our next topic we're going to talk about in the world of football is the World Cup draw. So I'm going to hand you over to Woody now just to take us through it.
England have been drawn into Group G, which consists of Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, and England. I don't know about yourselves, but I don't care who we get drawn in a group with. I'm never gonna feel particularly
Never feel
confident about.
confident.
No.
No.
I mean, Tunisia are one of those teams. They're not the type of team we play in a qualification period, obviously, but they're not a bad team.
No, I mean none of these must be bad teams as supposed to qualify through.
And you can guarantee that the vast majority of the teams, well, Belgium, we know there's loads of Belgians playing in the Premier League,
Yeah.
probably in the Championship, certainly on the continent.
Something 6, I think I heard.
I think the vast majority
The majority of them
of
are playing in England or
France.
Yeah.
A lot of them in France as well. Isn't there?
In Europe, but there's a big chunk obviously.
You could pretty much name the starting 11 from the Premier League, though, couldn't you?
The big
majority
boys are all
of them,
the big stars.
You just know we're gonna play well against Belgium and struggle against Panama and Tunisia.
Yeah,
It's
doesn't
class.
matter because Belgium's the last game.
I genuinely don't know anything about the Panamanian football team, if I'm completely honest.
Panamaniacs.
Panamaniacs, yeah.
It's the Virginity World Cup.
Was it the first time they've been there?
Panamania is
Oh,
running
see,
wild.
there you go. That just adds to my anxiety even more because they're going to be...
Iceland? That was that not their first World Cup? Or first in a very, very long time? Yeah, so Euros. The first time they qualified.
We had Roy Hodgson, so...
We just really struggle against
everyone.
poor teams. Yeah, and everyone. But.
All right, we'll finish second in that group. I'm going to go second for that.
No, it'll just be our luck that we'll finish top of the group and then we'll get knocked out in the last 32 or whatever it is, the last.
So Japan.
group after that.
Last 2, then quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Is there a group of death?
I don't think there is, to be honest. None of them. They've all got pretty much most of the team. Like
You got
there
clear
go,
favourites, haven't you?
well, even in some of them, you don't. There's not even a big team like Group H: Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan. None of them have ever done anything in recent World Cups.
Yeah.
Group D, I would say probably the most difficult if you're Icelandish.
Yeah, and you've got to worry in terms of crowd trouble for Group A with Russia. Those friendly Ruskies with Saudi Arabia because they all love Muslims,
Egypt,
don't they?
And
Egypt and Uruguay.
International incident.
So there's going to be coke. The Uruguayans are going to be giving marching powder to the Russians. The Russians are then going to go bashing anything that is remotely Middle Eastern.
And the last game's just going to be fixed.
And they're like, yeah, essentially.
Play
Yeah.
0-0 draw. That's me.
Another similar group, you could say, is Group B with Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. And Iran are just there as a bit of a hello, Iran.
Also Iran.
What's wrong with Morocco, really?
Morocco aren't a bad team. Didn't they win?
Eurovision, yeah.
No, didn't they win Cup of Nations not that long ago?
Did they?
I could be getting completely mixed up. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, there's the Group F: Germany, Mexico, Sweden, South Korea. It should make for an
There's
interesting.
not much to
tournament.
choose between the three of Mexico, Sweden, Korea. I think Germany will
Yeah, I think
pretty much.
Germany will win that group, and it could be an interesting duel between Mexico and Sweden. I don't think Mexico are as good as they once were. In Sweden or another team, they're a bit hit and miss, and didn't they get there through the playoffs anyway?
They did, yeah.
But yeah, so there's no group where it's like France, Brazil, Holland. Well,
Yeah.
you can't say. I think the reason there isn't a group of death is because of the amount of big teams that haven't made it. Italy,
yeah.
Holland.
Is there nothing grabbing you by the Dimmocks?
Nothing's grabbed me by the Dimmocks. No, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it was a surprise, Italy. So it's the first time they haven't made the World Cup for...
Is it since 68? Is it since 68 or for 68 years?
One of the two, I'm sure.
I've got the figure in my head.
But it's a long time
What was
since
that?
they haven't qualified.
Italy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
You've blown my mind there.
yeah.
You have blown my mind. Is that real? Wow.
What do you mean? That they're not going?
They
or-
haven't qualified. Say that again.
It's either they haven't qualified.
60 years it's got. So the
It's
first
60
time
years.
they
It's the
failed
first
to
time in
qualify.
60 years they've failed to qualify
Oh,
for a major
right.
tournament.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you love to have that on your record sheet?
I know, yeah.
1958 was the last time. they missed out.
1958. There
For
we
your
go.
par Jude.
yeah.
Don't have any British Isles representation.
No, we don't. No. I did enjoy, and especially because none of you fuckers are downloading a podcast. Fuck you, Wales. When you were all jumping and laughing when we got knocked out by Iceland. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah. Yeah, don't download me
Doing
podcast.
wonders for relations.
In fact, next June you're going to have loads of time. You can listen to our entire back catalogue. Sheep shagging lizard.
Wow. So if we're going to have a quick look at the groups just one by one, very quickly, see which we think is going to be the winner of the group. So
I'm going to throw out Group A: Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Uruguay.
I would say Uruguay and Russia.
Oh, you got to fancy Russia,
I'm
haven't
going
you?
to go Russia.
No,
Actually,
Just
no.
I'm really
It's
not.
I'm going to say... Sorry. I would imagine Uruguay and
Egypt.
Mo Salah
Yeah.
would probably carry Egypt like Gareth Bale carried
Egypt have got
Wales
loads of
for so
players
many
up there on the
years
continent.
until he got crippled, and they didn't qualify again.
Yeah.
But no,
Personally, I'm going Uruguay top, Egypt second.
Yeah.
Russia out
Russia
in
out.
their own World Cup.
And they'll cancel the World Cup
No
and just
chance,
they'll
yeah.
pop the ball and take it home.
they're not a good
I'm not
team.
playing no
They're not
more.
We're not
Shite.
playing.
They're not as good as they used to be.
We're not playing, we come to throw chairs at Muslims. That's all they're there for.
Borat. I like World Cup. It's nice.
she's biggest slag in fucking Kazakhstan.
Cool. Group B.
We have Portugal, Spain, Morocco, and Iran. It's got to be Portugal.
Yeah, it's got to be Portugal.
Spain.
Well, no, I reckon...
In that order.
Portugal or Spain.
It's already in order now.
I reckon if anyone is going to take... I reckon Portugal could drop a bollock and Morocco could go through.
I know, because again, I think Cristiano Ronaldo will just carry them through the group stage.
I know, but there's been a notable downturn in his form this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
I think
But
age is starting to catch
it's-
up with him.
Portugal beyond the nation's hopes and dreams rely on him. It's the kind of thing he lives for, really. Isn't it?
The Madeiran warrior. Group C, we've got France, Australia, Peru, and Denmark.
France. All
France.
the way.
France, oh,
Yeah.
massively, yeah.
Got to be.
And, who else? I don't know.
Denmark aren't. I mean, they've got
They're not a bad team, are they?
Ericsson plays for Denmark.
What
doesn't
about Australia, mate?
I know, I'd like to see Australia go through,
he? Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
yeah. Yeah. No, they're just. I think Australia are just one of those teams. It's like it's almost it's a country where I like it where it's a country where football isn't necessarily their first sport. I think it's all. I always quite like to see the Americans do well in tournaments as well.
Yeah, they didn't qualify either, did they?
No, they didn't. No.
I like the American chants.
Oh, do not get me
my
started on them.
God.
We believe. We believe that we will win.
The referee's a wanker. We were singing it in the concourse. The referee wasn't even fucking there.
And we all love barbecue.
Swiftly moving on to Group D, we've got Argentina, Iceland, Croatia, and Nigeria. That's probably going to be quite a hotly contested group.
I reckon Croatia.
Argentina.
The
I think
Croats.
Argentina,
The
All
Croats
the
are
way.
they're not like the ones who are the Croats.
Nigeria. That would be right too.
It's the standard thing to say in it. The Croatians, they're no mugs.
They're no
They're
mugs.
no mugs.
They're no
They're no.
mugs.
They're
Don't
no.
mess with the Croatians, lads.
It's not an easy game for anyone. The Croatians.
Again, I'm not currently up to date with the Nigerian. Saying that, the two Ami Obies will
Well,
fucking
aye.
be there, won't
Well,
they?
yeah. Well, I don't think Shaw will be there anymore.
He will.
What about JJ Kocher? Is he like the manager now? He should be.
Probably, yeah.
He's probably still playing.
He
Yeah.
was phenomenal in his time.
Oh yeah, he was. Was he at Bolton? I think
Bolton.
I
Yeah,
remember
ridiculous.
Bolton.
Ivan
Yeah.
Campo.
He should have never been there.
And he'd do like 9
Even
backflips after he
Campo
scored.
was there as well.
Joe Kayev.
Oh yes, you're right, mate.
Ridiculous players.
Oh,
All under Fat Sam.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Kevin
And now look at
Davies.
Kevin
Wayne
Nolan.
Rooney, Kevin Morales.
Yeah.
So we think Argentina, Nigeria? Nigeria, Argentina.
Argentina.
They had a bit of a struggle getting in Argentina. They were quite lucky,
They did,
fortunate
yeah.
to get in. So
Messi dragged him there.
he did single-handedly.
Potentially last World Cup. What's he? 30. How old is he now? Who's that?
Messi, 30,
Messi, 30.
maybe? 29, 30.
I will find out.
Could be
No, we'll just
31.
start that again. Messi age.
Yeah.
30.
30.
30.
So
30. I would imagine he's the last one. 34. I can't see him.
well, you never know, do you?
Yeah, still. Be there.
Nah, but he's.
He'll want to go out with a bang, won't he?
Yeah.
Nah, so it'll be this year then, because that.
Yeah.
Group E, we've got Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica, and Serbia. Mitro's on fire. Mitro's getting
I'm
fucking
going for
golden
Brazil,
boot.
and I'm going for Mitrovic, and I want to put my hat up and say he'd probably be golden boot in the group stage, just-
Big Mitro.
just to wind up our fans even more.
Switzerland usually
Why he's not
have a
playing.
decent player
They
or
do,
two.
yeah. Yeah, they do.
Have they got
Switzerland.
anybody decent these days?
Who's that?
Switzerland?
Shaqiri, we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, so they've got
Lichtsteiner.
Kiri, Lichtsteiner, and that's what
But again, they got through in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Is
so.
Fuchs? Is he not Swiss? Or is he Austrian?
Christian
Austrian.
Fuchs.
Fuchs.
He's Austrian.
He's Austrian.
Yeah.
No Fuchs given.
No
No
Fuchs
Fuchs
given.
given.
Zero Fuchs given.
So it's gonna be. I mean, we're gonna go for Brazil there, surely, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm going to Brazil and Serbia.
They have got a double naughty squad.
Unbelievable squad at the minute. Scary squad.
Group F, we've got the Germans.
Right. Group G.
Yeah. No. If any of you have been on our website, you can you like that plug there. You can read my
love it.
You can read my blog about my love for all things German. But Germany, Mexico, Sweden, and South Korea. Group G: Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, and England. I'm gonna go England top, Belgium second.
Yes.
Swiftly moving on to Group H. We've got Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan. And that concludes your World Cup.
Woo!
How many days have we got till the World Cup?
Lots.
Oh, fuck.
Too many.
Yeah.
Final discussion today is about Marcus Rashford.
Old Rashi.
Rash
So-
the bash.
Or young Rashi.
Yeah, young Rashi. So Woody kindly presented to me a topic of Marcus Rashford. And the reasoning was, I think he's slightly overlooked, do we not think? And we know Rashford's 98% sure he's going to be on the plane to Russia.
Yeah.
And we just want to talk a little bit about how good a player he actually is, don't we?
I had a few beers when I rang you that night about this. Right. But
Changed his mind.
no.
I'm
No.
not sure I
I
agree.
remember
Yeah,
anything
shit.
else
I don't think
said.
he's
No.
overlooked. He's pretty well.
This is what I'm getting to, right? I don't think he's overlooked in terms of being a footballer
No.
and his role in the Man United squad and in the England squad, right? I think the public in general, and probably football fans in general, that kid is 19 years old,
Yeah.
and he has been starting or on a solid rotation in a Man United team managed by Jose Mourinho for 57 appearances, right? At 19, I don't even know what the fuck was going on with me.
Well, that's what I mean, though. So what I'm saying, overlooked, not by, like you said, coaches and managers and the footballing prowess, but in terms of actually overlooked as you don't often talk about him as one of the best players we've got.
No,
At the minute, nobody actually does discuss that, do they?
I
Like,
think you forget. Yeah, like you say, you forget how young he is.
He's 19. It is ridiculous. If I go into a meeting at work and there's like 6 people in the room and I do something wrong, I'm sitting there going, oh, fuck me, I look like a right dick now. He's going out in front. What does Trafford hold?
80,000?
67.
Is
Seven, no, 70.
70.
70 odd thousand people.
Yeah.
You've got 70 odd thousand people shouting at you each week. And you just think, for that lad to be
He's
under
cool,
that
isn't he?
much pressure, and he's just so composed and
Yeah.
calm about it. And I remember when he scored, because he did his Europa League debut, which was his club
Scored
debut.
2, didn't he? I
Scored
think.
2.
Yeah.
Came on the following week or the
Against
week
Arsenal.
after
Arsenal.
against
Scored 2
Arsenal.
and he's-
Scored 2, and they interviewed him afterwards. So he only
Yeah,
must
it
have
was
been
funny.
18
That
at the
interview was
time, and they went,
amazing.
"So you got 2 again today?" And he just went, "Yeah, like Europa, innit?" I was just like, "Fucking Jesus, you are literally a child, effectively."
It's mad, isn't it?
And I genuinely
Got my new boots on.
yeah. Adidas give me free boots now. Amazing. I just think it's just phenomenal what that kid's doing at 19 years old.
He's a very, from me being a Man United fan, obviously I watch United all the time. He's very intelligent footballer. He's got such a good football brain.
He's really
Yeah.
selfless when he plays.
He knows.
He's got a good temperament as well. That's one thing we're saying. If you compare him and Dele Alli, if you look at them two, Dele Alli's got quite a childish, petulance, attitude on the field.
I've really
whereas
gone off
Rashford-
Dele Alli recently.
Rashford's
Yeah.
cool as a cucumber.
He is, yeah.
He just seems to
Doesn't
take
get-
it on his stride. And I just think at 19 years old, I'd have fucking buckled under that kind of
Do
pressure.
you know what this sounds really weird being a Man United fan saying this, but I honestly kind of wish Rashford in the future would maybe move abroad,
Yeah.
because I think that holds us back a lot as an England team, because all of our players just play in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what
think-
team I can see him playing at.
I could see him playing anywhere, Barcelona, Real, easily.
I can't
He's
see
got
him
the
at Barca.
intelligence.
No.
I think he's got the intelligence for it.
I don't know where I could see him playing abroad.
I could see him playing in Barcelona.
I think he's got the ability to play at that level.
He can play across the front three.
Yeah,
I think
He's
he plays.
19.
I think he plays better in the middle, personally.
definitely.
I much prefer him in the middle.
Yeah, but
I suppose
He
once
can-
he's
but the
bulked
thing
up
is,
a bit. And that,
you
yeah.
prefer playing middle, but he can play across the front
Did
three.
you
at
see-
19 for Manchester United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing though? It was like Frank Lampard had said something like about his experiences with England squad. He said like all the Argentinian players that he played with and Brazilians and stuff, they all went and played in different countries, and when they came back they had such a great team spirit because they were all coming back together and like really proud of their country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said the English players, they all just played against each other every week.
Yeah.
And they
yeah,
had to
yeah.
just come back together and pretend they liked each other.
That's
Yeah.
a good
And-
point. That.
So I think this new breed of English footballer that seems to be more, I don't know, a bit more worldly.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they should be
I think we are on the verge of
broadening their horizons.
There's no
of players going abroad.
clicks with the
Yeah.
Brazilians. Like
Yeah.
in England camp, there's
Loads of
there's
clicks,
loads
yeah.
of clicks
It's your
because
Man United, your
they don't
Liverpool.
fucking like each other.
Yeah.
If they're like was it Ferdinand? The other day I was watching an interview about him and Frank Lampard when went to England together because they grew up together from the.
But then
they
they
grew up
didn't
together.
speak to each other, didn't
They
they?
didn't speak.
They played together early on at West Ham,
Yeah.
and then when he went to Chelsea, and Ferdinand ended up with Man United. They never
Yeah.
spoke to
You'd
each other.
never, you'd never, in
Never
your-
acknowledged each other.
you'd never want Gary Neville and Steve Gerrard in the same team ever,
Yeah.
would you? And they had to try and gel,
Well,
and they
that's
just
Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah.
But there's
I
no,
think
there's no real incentive, I think, to move abroad because all the money's in
all the
Premier
money,
League, isn't
yeah.
it? So it's a shame. It was. I think
Unless
we-
you're going to go to a top, like
yeah,
your bosses, your
that's the
Madrid.
only. It's the only
your
one
Bayerns.
that'd be worth going to.
Yeah.
But
You
I
know,
would like
even-
to see.
I
even
don't
then-
know, mate, because I'm talking at me as a person, right? So say I took a slight pay cut, but I was going to go and experience something wildly different. I think I'd do it.
Yeah, but
I think footballers are
footballers
different, though.
don't think like that.
They're
No.
different.
I couldn't like.
Because at that, especially at that level of money that they're earning, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're gonna be a millionaire
It
regardless.
really doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that's what I mean. It
Yeah.
If
takes
you,
the-
if you lose
it-
50 grand a week,
Yeah, but obviously that's what's happening because they're not moving.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well-
they're too afraid to move.
Could be. So one of our fantasies is that Marcus Rashford gets on a plane and we win the World Cup again.
yeah.
Our fantasy is our fantasy league. So we'll
Oh
move on
my
to that.
god, these are getting worse.
They're getting better. That is what you're supposed to have said there. It's on your script.
Okay, yeah.
So we're gonna have a quick look over the fantasy.
Seamless.
Seamless. We're gonna look at the Alnham Island Fantasy League. We're gonna start at the top. So we're gonna start at the top this time. We normally start at the bottom. We're gonna work our way down. So number 1 is Gareth Adams. Gareth Garza.
This doesn't include today's points, obviously.
It does not know. It's only up until
Do we know this guy?
He's been top for pretty much all the way, hasn't he?
no.
It's
So we
been
had
between
Oh,
Reigns.
Steve Rains Gardner and Stephen Wills were kind of flitting between
Yeah,
first and
that's true.
second. So I think it's the first time Gareth Adams has been at the top.
He's been up there.
800 points. He's always been in the sort of top 5. So he's top with 800 points. Only 3 points behind him is Steve Rains Gardner.
I found
tight.
out who this guy is.
Pretty tight at the top.
He is the other guy who's in here. I can't remember. Fuchs Me FC, Sam Castledine. It's a friend of his, so I'm assuming he lives in like Gloucester or something, because I think that's where he's based. Well, he was based. He lives in Brunei now, but yeah, I got told he's a big ginger prop forward, and that's all I know.
And he's good at Fantasy League.
And he's good at fantasy league.
Third place, we've got Willsy's Warriors. So Stephen Wills moves down a couple. He's on 772 points. 765 points, we've got Liam Nicholson staying in the top 5 for every single week.
Show me the
And then
money.
5th, we've got not so athletic Ian Mitchell at 745 points.
Yes.
Doing well.
I think Sean. I think
I've-
this is the first time you haven't been in the top 5.
I've had a big slip. I've had a fall.
The Randy Savages.
I've hit every branch on the way. It's
Yeah.
been painful. Yeah, I had a bad couple of weeks. Tough times for me personally.
I dropped 10 places. This.
I think I kept
this
faith
month.
with Harry Kane, and that was a mistake. 'cause
Yeah.
he had a bit of a bad spell. I think.
Sean, you're 9th now with 727 points. The Randy Savages. Again, love the name.
So Graham's devastated because Graham thought he was going to be top out of the Islanders, and then we said, no, we got a new guy coming in.
Just specifically
Just
to
piss
piss
on my
you off.
chips.
Yeah.
And just one space
One.
above you.
I think it's only a couple of points.
4 points
Just the way I'm
behind.
sitting on your head.
As long as you're not jaffing on it.
4 points behind, yes, Graham.
Sean's
You're,
jaffed in your chips.
Yes,
Graham,
my,
you're 10th
good
with
old
your
Mine
team.
Burkamp.
Yeah.
As we move down, down and down and down, 17th, we got the Scary Monsters.
Fuck off.
Scary monster.
Woody,
Not so scary.
679 points, and then 1 point below you is Bilbao Baggins, is me.
Yep.
So it's tight in the nobody cares where we are section of the league.
Our own shit mini league.
Our ship mini league,
Yeah.
yeah.
To be fair, Woody's had a couple of very good weeks, though. haven't
Yeah,
he? I've
I did.
noticed that.
To be fair,
I wouldn't-
today,
He's had it.
when these points come in and you've all got your little Maratta love fucking session on,
Yeah, we did, yeah.
and I'm still stuck with Harry fucking Kane.
Well,
To be honest, this is the first time my main strikers scored a goal because it was Kane in August, then Lukaku didn't score.
Yeah.
I'll put Kane back in, didn't score. All right, I'll try Jesus, didn't score. I'll put Maratta in, didn't score. Now he scored. It's taken me this long to get 5 points of a
And
bloody striker.
I've had Calvert-Lewin in from the first week, and he's done nothing, really, and I've taken him out this week.
he scored today, didn't
He
he?
scored today, so well done.
Bloody Murphy's Law, that. Bloody Murphy's
Johnny Calvert-Lewin, whatever your name is.
We've moved down to the bottom three. Third bottom is into Yamaha, Sean Wills.
Thief. I will never. I'm telling you, he stole that name from me. Anyway.
Ruud van Nitteljoy, Paul Devine, 27th. And bottom still, Simon Hill. Simon.
Simon.
I don't think he listens to this anyway.
No, I don't.
It's a long way up that
Every
hill.
week he's being called out for being shit at fantasy. Did you just say?
Poor.
Great pun, that. Great pun. He's at the bottom of the
Stuck
hill.
at the bottom of that
Yeah.
very steep hill.
And that concludes our sports and football section. So up next we've got movies and TV.
Super.
It's time now for our movies and TV section, and up first we've got Movie Lane with me. So score so far, I've guessed 2, which is why I'm in the hot seat again. Woody, you're on 1. Graham's on 1. Sean, Wills, and Ed are on 0. So this time it's a chance for Graham or Woody to level, or Sean 2.0 to get a point on the board.
I've got a challenge here. I've got a challenge towards you.
What's that?
For the sake of getting the pod off the ground, if you remember correctly, what conversation did we have just before we recorded? You fucking know.
What?
You fucking know. I told you what film was on the first one, just in case anyone didn't get it, which didn't bother me at the time. But now that we're actually counting scores,
Conspiracy.
that is a shallow 2.
I can't believe you just
Shallow
revealed
too.
secrets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm editing that out.
yeah, have you 2 anyway.
No,
have
yeah,
you,
okay,
no, have
okay,
you 2.
right,
Have you 2.
okay,
I'm not
okay.
there.
Right, so I've got 10 facts. Are we all ready?
I'm ready.
Sean, you happy with the concept of what we're doing? I'll read a fact. You can chime in at any point. You have your one guess per clue. And whoever gets it plays it next time.
Crystal.
No,
Don't
it's
say
not
that name around here. You can't say that name around this table.
Crystal clear.
That's better.
Right, first clue. One of the lead actors actually went to a dentist to have his front tooth chipped for the role.
No.
Oh. I've got an idea who. Can I say
You
something?
can guess, yeah?
I can't really guess a film. I've got an idea of an actor. Should I just keep that to myself?
Yeah, maybe.
For now.
Maybe, because then you might reveal the lead.
Just keep that to yourself.
Does anyone want to guess on clue number 1?
Maybe.
Got an
Hold
idea.
on. I seen a picture on Facebook the other day.
Oh,
And the guy had a chipped tooth.
I've just changed my mind now.
Now I just can't picture who that face it was, and if it was a sporting reference or a film reference.
I don't know.
I could guess actually. I don't want to spoil it.
No, go for it.
I'm just going Dumb and Dumber.
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to nod there when you went, no.
No.
Yeah.
Any more guesses before I move on?
No, because we'll be here all night. Because I
Okay.
can't picture it.
Clue number 2. The movie came out in 1999 and took $100 million in theatres worldwide.
1999, chipped tooth. I don't know.
No, got nothing there.
No?
No.
No.
Clue number 3. The movie was based on a book written by Chuck Palahniuk.
Do you want to re-say that one?
The movie was based on a book written by Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah,
Chuck Palahniuk.
Palahniuk.
I've got an idea on that.
1999. Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah, I practiced that surname about 10 times.
You
and still
still
got it wrong.
No,
No, I don't know.
I've heard of him.
No?
No.
Okay.
You mentioned books.
Clue number 4. One of the main characters briefly appears in the film 5 different times before he's formally introduced.
Say that again.
Yeah.
One of the main characters briefly appears in the film 5 different times before he's formally introduced.
Still don't know.
No.
No?
No, you've got me there.
No.
Nope. Okay. Next one. The director has claimed in interviews that there is at least one Starbucks cup visible in every scene
Buzz!
in the movie.
Buzz!
No.
Fight Club.
It is, yes! Well done.
Yes.
I initially had that clue.
I
It
sort
was
of...
number 2, and I was like, oh, that might be too obvious.
I was humming and hawing at the at the last one where you see him a few times.
Yeah. Because he flashes up, he's in the hotel video, he's on the travelator in the airport, and yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought you'd done Fight Club before.
No?
No.
Get in!
Damn it.
That is a 2. That is a proper 2. A hard-earned 2.
Don't know what you're talking about, mate. I got my 2. So some of the other clues I had, the next one was in one of the scenes where one of the lead characters is learning to fight, he actually punches his co-star.
I think I'd have got it at that one as well. I think I heard that one before.
Both main actors took soap making classes from a boutique company called Anti-Godmother. They took basic lessons in boxing, taekwondo and grappling, topping it all off with hours of mixed martial arts fights, watching them. The next one was when I was trying to get it. If you didn't get it, which I thought you would at this point, is Meatloaf had to wear a fat suit filled with 100 pounds of birdseed. That was to get the drooping of the tits.
Okay, yeah.
In the last scene of the film is a single frame flash of male genitalia, just like one of the lead characters would insert into his films at his projectionist job.
Yes.
And the final one is, the first rule of this film is you cannot talk about this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That is a fucked up film, though.
Good film.
Great film.
Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Well done, Woody. Congratulations.
Suck my dick.
Suck it.
Very happy.
Bastard.
I'm upset about that.
I don't know where I've heard that Starbucks one before. I think I'd sort of made my mind up, and then I knew I'd heard the Starbucks fact before somewhere.
Yeah.
I thought with the chip tooth thing, I thought it was going to be what's his name? Hardy. Tom Hardy.
Matt Hardy. Tom Hardy, yeah. Matt Hardy. Oh
Matt
my
Jeff
God.
Hardy.
Matt Hardy.
On the first one,
Tom Hardy,
I almost said rock and roller.
I was going to go with
Right, okay.
yeah.
The Dumb and Dumber shout was really good because
Yeah,
he does
chip
have
tooth.
a
I
chip
just
tooth.
seen a picture of someone with a chipped tooth the other day on
Tom-
Facebook.
Tom Hardy. I was thinking of the Cray twins. one.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
yeah.
That was what
Legend.
in my mind.
Legend.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cool. So we had a few recommendations we asked on Facebook and it delivered. We had 3 recommendations of films for us to watch. The first one was by Nathan Dixon. That's shout outs 2 months in a row, 2 episodes in a row.
Desperate fucker, that is.
And the night before, Woody, I believe you watched this film.
Yeah, I watched it last night. It's alright.
Never heard of it in my life.
It's a Christmas film. It is a Christmas film, but
Make you feel festive.
not really. No, I can't. I think we were all talking on PSN last night, and I can't imagine myself thinking, "Oh, it's Christmas. I'm going to watch the night before." And yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny in bits. There's a weird bit where they're at a nightclub, and like it's like the coolest party that they've ever gone to, and that they've wanted to go to it for years.
Who's in this film?
That's a good point. Seth Rogen's in it.
I'd probably enjoy
Is
it.
it Jordan Levitt?
Hewitt.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Gordon Joseph Levitt.
Jordan Joseph.
Oh, wait a minute.
Jesus.
I think I've seen,
Joseph,
I've seen this.
Joseph
Yeah.
Gordon-Levitt, is it?
Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah,
Joseph Gordon.
he's in Batman.
Yes.
Inception.
And there's another guy who is African American.
He's in The Office. Is he big,
I've not
is he,
seen The American Office.
Is he big black? Like,
He's not massive.
No, not massively much, but is he like...
He's in
like
good
my
shape.
build?
He's in good
Anthony-
No.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie, yeah.
The Night Before.
Yeah.
Never heard
It's
of it.
basically, it's about...
Is it like a stoner kind of thing?
It is, yeah,
Seth
it is.
Rogen does that kind of genre.
It is. There's a lot of drugs involved, and it's a tradition that one of the characters' parents are killed in a drink driving accident. So that Christmas in 2001 or whatever it was, he feels very lonely, and his friends come to the rescue, and they make it a tradition that every year that they go out and have a mad session on the 21st of the whatever it is.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, they get tickets to the Nutcracker Ball, and they turn up, and it's like Miley Cyrus is there. But when they get there, it's like, you know, like in like a club scene, like a nightclub, and like, you know, the film like Triple X or like Blade or something,
Yeah.
where it's like really fucking hard dance music and then there's lasers and fucking people on drugs everywhere. And then all of a sudden, Miley Cyrus gets on stage and starts singing Cannonball. So it's really weird.
Yeah.
It's not a
Do you mean Wrecking Ball, by the way?
Wrecking Ball, yeah.
Not Damien Rice's
My
Cannonball.
references are all over the shot today, yeah.
Float like a cannon.
Getting like a
We're
cannonball.
gonna have Ray Clements with Matt Hardy doing a duet of fucking Cannonball.
Matt
So I got
Matt Hardy is one of the Cray twins.
yeah. The Night Before got 65% Rotten Tomatoes. How many coconuts would you have given it?
I'd have given
Would you give
it 6 coconuts.
6. The next recommendation was from Sam Castledine, and he suggested "I Love You, Man."
Yes.
Now,
A slap.
This is my wife's favourite film.
It's
Yeah.
up there for one of mine, yeah.
it is pretty good. It's a good film.
No.
Really?
No, you don't like it?
Oh
Well,
my God.
No, I've seen it. I've only seen it. I think my problem is I've seen it once, and I think it's one of those films. Because since I saw it and I thought, yeah, could take it or leave it. But then since I've seen I've seen little clips of it and I thought, oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, it is.
So it's kind of one of
funny.
those things that I think if I watched it again, I'd go, oh yeah, it was
It
funny.
is fucking hilarious.
Now
man.
I enjoy it.
It's actually a really good, like, sorry. It's actually a really good plot to that, I think, because if you wanted to go out and meet a girl, there's set sort of forums for that type of thing, or there's set routines that you do. Yeah, you'd go to a bar and you'd make horrendous small talk with someone, or you'd crack shit jokes and that. And I found it when I moved here, is that there's a few times where me and Carly have been like, well, other than family, we don't have any mates where we've moved. It's like, how do you go out and find a group of male friends?
Yeah,
Because I work
tough.
like 20 miles away, so it's like I can't go out with people from work.
It's almost weird if you try to initiate that conversation. Like,
Can I come and hang around with
Do you want to play with me?
you? Yeah.
friends?
Let's be friends.
Buy you some drink.
So, but yeah, it's classic Paul Rudd.
Yeah, it's
He's a good
Jason
actor. He's
Segel,
good.
isn't it? And Jason Segel. I don't know how you pronounce his surname.
Steven Seagal.
Steven. Jason Segel.
William Regal.
Segel.
What's
And
a
Paul
guy
Rudd.
called Pete out of Friends? What's his real name? He's
John Favreau.
something like that. He's fucking
Director
brilliant
of
in that
Iron
film.
Man.
He's such an arsehole in that film. Yeah, there's just I could probably recite that film word
Yeah.
for word. Yeah, but yeah, it's
I
good
feel
fun.
like I've missed out.
Right, so that got 83% in Rotten Tomatoes. Woody, how many coconuts would you give that?
8.5.
Half a coconut.
8.5.
8.5 coconuts.
Yeah.
8.5. The coconut milk spilled. The third and final... The third and final recommendation was from Ben Richards, and he suggested What We Do in the Shadows. Now, I'd never ever heard of this, and I found it on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can only describe it as it's almost like it's a mockumentary
Yeah.
of New Zealand vampires living in an apartment together and trying to get on with normal life,
Really?
and it's actually really good. It's
Oh,
really
I'll
really
have to watch
funny.
it.
That sounds good.
Who's in it?
It's Jermaine Clement, who is
Ray Clements.
Jermaine Clement, who plays the shiny crab in Moana. It's he does it. Shiny.
You're obsessed with that film.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And 2 other dudes. But it's
I didn't like
3
those.
other dudes. But it
like
is really funny, and the way they've done it, there's just bits where I was actually buckled, like laughing. Yeah, it's just they take women back to their apartment, like just to like obviously drain their blood, suck their blood or whatever.
Yeah.
And the first guy's really camp, but he's kind of like, he's like laying bits of paper down by the couch, and she's just like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he's just like, "Nothing." And he's like laying bits of paper down, and he just dives in her neck, and there's blood spurting everywhere. And he's trying to clean it up. It's really funny. Really good film. Definitely worth watching. That got 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, really?
And I would give it,
Why have we never heard of it? Why?
I don't know. I think it's more.
I thought that
it's
was
more
a
of an
whole-
indie film.
Is it a
So
cult sort of?
yeah,
I thought that was going to be a whole different kind of film.
yeah.
Is that quite very recent then? Maybe film.
2014 it was released. So, but that's the first time I'd ever heard of it, and I would give it 9 out of 10 coconats.
I mustn't have been paying attention with these recommendations because I didn't watch none of them. But I'm going to watch that one. I am going to watch that one.
It is funny, like.
Because I didn't watch none of them.
Yeah. We'll put the links to
I never do.
Keep it on top of things there.
I don't watch, like I said before, I don't
Yeah.
really watch telly. I've watched, although the last few weeks I've watched 3 series and a binge to try and
I'm
catch
still
up.
I'm still bollocks deep in Suits. It is amazing. Who recommended that again?
Liam Nicholson.
Liam Nicholson. Cheers, Paul.
Isn't
Good shout.
in Suits.
Eh?
Suits.
Suits is the lawyer's very quirky.
Is that the one where Prince Harry's now bald?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Meghan
Meghan Markle.
Markle, mate.
Markle.
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle.
Excellent. So that concludes our movie lane, which Woody successfully got his second correct guess,
Fuck yeah, motherfucker.
and our movie. So next we've got gaming. Our wallets have truly taken a battering with so many great titles released. We're going to have a look at some of the purchases we've made and some of the news from the gaming world. Gents, what have we been playing?
COD World War 2.
COD, any good?
Yeah, pretty good. I think on the online gaming, shoot 'em upper typer gamers. There's only so much you can do. To be honest, I think once you've got to a point where you're all right, there's only so much more you can do after that. If you're really bothered about having like a golden plated gun, then crack on. But no, it's good. The campaign's really good. We talked earlier on about COD games being really linear.
Yeah.
And you just creep through a bush for ages.
Ringing doorbells.
Yeah. You'd through the bush, and Charlie Dimmock could be there. You just like creep through, and then you just get somewhere, and you'd press X, and then like a massive the next bit of the story would unfold, and you didn't actually have to do anything.
That new bush.
That new bush, yeah. But in this game, there's a few times where on certain bits of the campaign where you've kept trying to do something one way, and there's actually different ways of getting to where you need to go, and there's actually it's nothing like I've ever played on a COD game before for absolutely ages.
It feels quite fresh, the campaign.
Does,
I've only played a quarter of it, but it feels different. It does feel different.
Yeah.
Quite versatile as a campaign mode.
And
the
I think
storyline's actually really good. I've quite invested in the characters in it. And
Zussman. Zussman, I think he's gonna have
he
a
gives
bleak
you the
end.
health packs, right? Isn't he?
Well, I haven't finished the campaign yet because I only play it when I can't be asked to play online. But being a World War II campaign about the American Army and his name's Zussman, I don't think there's going to be a very bright future for him in this game.
I wouldn't imagine so.
But that was the 1940s. What you gonna do? Yeah, good game. 7 coconuts for me.
7? Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think there's, like I said, the online...
Campaign could be longer.
Yeah, how long do you reckon it takes gameplay-wise? 4 hours?
It all depends on how often you're gaming, to be honest. I don't...
It's not so difficult.
Well, I've put it on hardened. I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be relatively difficult, but not too difficult. Why, are you on regular?
No. Insane mode.
Yeah.
I've got no health or anything. One shot kills now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on easy.
And that was another interest, the thing that makes it so different to all the other games I've played recently. And I say that as if I've played loads, but I haven't. Is the whole you've got to get a med pack.
Yeah, because
the first time on the first level, I was like, right, when's my health coming back? And then,
I quite like that addition.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah,
and you have to rely on your team, the team, and you've got to know where they are. So you've got a bit of awareness about
Yeah.
it. But yeah, no, I
It
I
is
agree with
really
that.
good. It
Yeah.
is really good. So yeah, that's all I've been playing recently. I started playing Dying Light a bit.
Yeah,
I will go back to that. But yeah.
excellent.
And I've got no idea what I'm going to buy next. I know
Well,
what you guys want me to buy
think you
next.
should be
Yeah,
buying
but yeah.
Battlefront 2.
I'm reluctant
Star
to buy it
Wars.
because as soon as I buy it, you will find something else.
No, this is it now. I promise.
I can't promise.
I know
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
promise.
yeah, at least he's
Oh,
honest.
no,
If
but it
he's-
goes in rotation. I'll hammer again.
That
for
is true, that is
for
true,
3
yeah.
months, and then it'll go on the shelf for 6 months.
No, I think whenever I come online, a lot of the time you are like playing like a different cycle of games. You're not always on the same one.
No, it's because I need them all, so I get them all.
Yeah.
And then have to justify getting them all by playing them all.
Yeah, yeah, true, yeah, yeah.
Graham, what have you been playing?
Well, I started off by what have I picked up? FIFA.
Yeah.
Battlefront 2.
Yes.
Tell me about Battlefront 2.
It's Star Wars. That's pretty much all.
Yeah,
all it
I
is
know
to
that.
it.
Yeah, I played the first one.
It's better than the first one.
Yeah.
It's improvement. It's got a campaign which I really enjoyed.
Is that why it's better than the first one, or is
Yes.
I would say with the online aspect though, the multiplayer, the way they've weighted your abilities and the way they've enabled you to pick up heroes instead of it being first person to the icon to pick up the hero gets it. I like how you've got to be more strategic because you build up points as you get kills. And for example, if you get 2,000, you might be able to get like an upgraded trooper, which is a little bit more powerful than yours.
Yeah.
Or if you save up a little bit longer, get
You
4,000
get
to
a hero,
6,000, you get a hero. So if you're strategic about it and you go on a good streak, you can then pick up a hero, and then you start next as a hero. And I think that's the way they've done it this time. It's a lot better. It's the same for TIE fighters and X-Wings. You build up the points to use that.
You're saying you start again as one of the Jedis and that, right? So if you die straight away,
You lose your points.
You lose your
go
points.
back there.
You're back to square one.
so how often are you getting one of them?
It depends how good you are and how
Once
good
a
the other
game,
people are.
probably once a game. You can,
You can-
Oh, really? Oh, right, okay.
You could get it twice a game, depending.
If you save your points up and you don't get the upgraded troops and you wait until you get a hero, you can definitely 9 times then get a hero. Whether you get a hero and then you spawn and then the game finishes. Happens also.
Yeah. And the Galactic Assault, the way they've kept it in sort of 3 sections where you've got.
You take 2 objectives, you move on, take another 2 objectives. The map progressively gets longer,
Oh, really?
and then I think most maps have another 2 objectives before final objective.
Is it the same engine as Battlefield?
Yes. Yeah.
Same again.
Yeah,
They've made a fucking load of money off that engine.
Dice is Dice.
It's Dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic, and the thing is, these games you can pick up and you can do a quick team deathmatch. You can do a quick game.
Yeah.
But this one, if you do Galactic Assault, you're talking about half an hour game.
a good 20
It
minutes.
depends. I mean, you can.
But
I'm sure, but it's
It's all relative how good the other team is, or like how it's objective based. If you don't do the objective, it doesn't last very long.
Yeah. But I would give it a solid 8 out of 10
I would
coconuts.
if you take out the original problems it had with paying money, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm at a point now where I've hit level 20, so now I can upgrade my cards to the final level, which is like a purple rarity.
All right.
Increases the effectiveness of them. However, after spending all the crafting parts I needed to unlock other cards to increase your card level, to then increase them cards to purple, I ran out of parts. So then you need to start playing just maps after maps to save them points up. The grind's not enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm not a
For
grinder.
most people. I don't mind the grind normally, but
I'm definitely not on grinder. But I am not a grinder.
when I hit that point, I was like, and it's now out of cycle for a bit, and I played Assassin's Creed, which I picked up.
The new one.
Yeah,
Yep.
which does look really good.
I would give Battlefront, it's coconuts, I would agree with that. It's good if you like the first one. It's
I did
better than
like
the first one.
I did like the first.
Assassin's Creed's great if you like him. It's
Sweet.
change, and what am I? I'm back on Ark as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Everywhere. Now a few weeks ago, so this is a few bits of gaming news. So now a few weeks ago, PlayStation US announced that earning trophies can reward you with PSN credit. Now I had a quick look into it, and basically you're assigned for silver trophies, so you don't get anything for bronze trophies.
Mm-hmm.
For a silver trophy, you get 1 point. For gold trophies, you get 10 points, and for platinum, you get 100 points. When you hit 1,000 points, you get $10 worth of credit. So
Fucking hell.
now, I was looking at that and couldn't weight the economy and work out what it is. So I did work it out.
Mhm.
Now, Sean, I haven't got yours here because I haven't got you on PlayStation. But
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this is a different language to me.
right, okay.
I've not understood a word of any of this. I'm afraid. I'm very much a lapsed gamer. I used to enjoy playing like Monkey Island on the Amiga.
Snake.
Snake.
Frogger.
Words with Friends.
Yeah.
Have you got that? Because I actually want to start playing that again.
Yeah.
I do too, actually. So
Still got
it. Oh,
I
really?
sorted that. Yeah.
Still got
This
it.
is words with
It's like
Friends.
it's like Scrabble, yeah.
Oh my
The phone
god.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do an Alnham Island special.
Right, well, we'll do that.
It doesn't last long.
Um,
So I get like C, come.
Dimmock.
So
That'll be a new one.
I worked out what we would have earned at this point in this new scheme that was put out there to see if it's just a complete novelty or it's actually relatively good. So I worked out Ed only had 22 points, so you would have earned 22 cents. Woody, you would be on 56 cents.
Okay.
Sean would have been on $1.12. So
Not
you know,
me.
No, Sean Wills. I would have been on $4.64. So, and I've had a PlayStation for 7 or 8 years, and I wouldn't have even got a $10 credit. Graham, you would have earned $17.43. So you at least would have had $10 to spend now.
Really?
Yeah.
And I don't even concentrate on trophies.
No. So it looks like a little bit of a novelty. But would you like to see it come to the UK?
Well, actually, if I'd known that, yeah, because I would then
Focus a bit more on the
probably
trophies.
do
right?
trophies.
Yeah.
I don't pay no attention to trophies.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've got a lot of people that are like, oh, you've got to get all the trophies, and it's like, nah, there's no point. But if you can get paid for it,
Yeah, I mean, if you did 10 platinum trophies, that's $10 there. But we know
Would
what
that
platinum
translate-
trophies can be pretty.
would that translate like 10 quid over here?
Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever bring it over here, but I just noticed it and thought it was quite interesting.
Could I ask a question?
Yes.
Obviously, I'm a complete novice in this area. So if I was to get back into the gaming arena, where do you think I should go? What console, things like that?
PS4.
PS4.
Yeah, PlayStation all the way.
Yeah.
We are fairly biased towards PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the minute,
Cool.
I kind of.
Well, what other ones are out there?
This is your Xbox One, Xbox One,
Xbon 1X. Xbon.
Xbox.
Bono.
Nintendo Switch, maybe. If you don't,
I'm-
I don't know. Like if you're not into your
I'm-
games,
I'm-
that would
I'm,
probably be a more.
I would start with the Mega Drive, work your way up.
I'm
They
just
cost
like
a fortune now.
yeah,
I've got one. right?
retro.
Retro ones.
I've got a
Well,
PlayStation
SNES
1
it
in the
costs us
lab.
more than Blue.
I had Sega Saturn back in the
Yeah.
day and PlayStation.
Sega Saturn.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I'm just someone that gets sort of used to one, and I just want to stick with it all the time.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2, I would happily play PlayStation 2 games
Yeah.
now
Oh, really?
easily.
It's funny that because now people PS4's screaming out for backwards compatibility to
Oh,
play
Yeah.
your PlayStation 2 classics.
Oh, I love PlayStation 2.
Speaking of what you're saying there about backwards compatibility, you can get a lot of the titles from the PS3 and some of the PS2 stuff on the store, which brings me to my next point, which was there's been a number of reports suggesting decline in physical game sales and rise in digital game sales. So it's put a lot of the retailers under pressure to try and find new ways of making money. Hence Game. If you go to a Game in the Metro Centre, you'll notice it's not just games, it's memorabilia, it's t-shirts, it's toys. They've got their own little gaming centre where you can go and pay
I'll never
10,
understand.
20 quid to go and play there. But yeah, so I was going to ask you guys. So I'm digital now, and that's only because I can do the game sharing. It's cheaper for me to do it.
Is that legal, that thing that you do?
Yeah, it's allowed. Yes, it is. It's within regulation, but
Is
I
it
don't
like
think.
masturbating on a plane?
Yeah,
It's
you
just frowned upon.
Yeah, it's frowned upon. Because the whole premise behind the game sharing is if me and you live in the same house, on the same console, we could be able to share games between the two profiles.
Okay.
So
yeah.
maybe it's a manipulation of that. I don't know.
I think on that point, I think
I think it is a manipulation.
Yeah, but
with like you were saying with digital. Sorry, again, I'm novice, but you just like sort of the debate of like, would you rather read a real book or a digital, or would you? Because like, if I wanted to buy a music album, I'd always prefer to have the actual
Yeah.
Right, okay.
physical.
So
thing.
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
you want to have the sleeve
cannot
and
understand why you would want to pay more money for a digital copy,
No.
and when you can pay less for a physical copy that has to be made, put on a disc, a manual, put in,
It's just
and it works out cheaper than a digital one, which you have to download on your internet,
and the digital thing's so like impersonal,
which you can't then
isn't it?
trade in. I mean, I know you get raped on trade-ins, and you buy
I don't
a
know,
game.
man. I'll buy
If you buy
all
a
my
game,
games
you can. If you buy a new game and you take it back like a week later when you finish it, which I could potentially do,
Yeah.
and trade in for another new game, I'd probably save a $5 maybe on a new game. But I like to hoard my games.
Yeah.
And
Like to display
like I say,
them.
I can play a game for 3 months solid. I'll pick another game up. I'll not touch that game. It'll be on my shelf. But then, even
time will
12 months
come.
down the line, there's no doubt I've played it. I'll pick that up again, and I'll hammer it for another,
Yeah.
3 months.
That's it's a big debate of them.
Yeah,
A
I mean,
modern
clearly
world now, isn't it?
the sales have been dropping on digitals, but so there's got to be a reason. My only personal reason, like I said, is it works out cheaper for me doing it this way, and I've got no sentiment about having the actual physical box.
Yeah.
But the only time I would, if I couldn't do the game share thing, say they did stop it from doing it that way, I would only purchase digital games when there's a sale on, when I can get it cheaper than the physical copy.
But then
example-
you could be waiting for ages for that to play that game.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's what I mean. It's games I wouldn't have went and bought out myself. So
I just don't understand how it would be more expensive to digitally get it than. Surely it would be the other way around.
yeah, I think a lot of it's convenience to people, isn't it?
Because
Because-
you don't want to go down the shop for a midnight
yeah,
lunch when you
that's-
can.
yeah,
It could
that's
be
the only thing I'm-
pre-downloaded. It's
that's
already
it.
on your computer,
Yeah.
which I can see is an advantage. Occasionally, Amazon drop a bollock and you get the game a week early.
Yeah,
It's happened to me a few times. So you just instantly put your picture on Facebook like that with your fingers up. I'm playing it now, dicks. Look at me. But
but let us know if you are a digital gamer or a physical gamer. Send us an email. Tell us what you think. And on that topic, we're going to move on to correspondence.
Correspondence.
And Woody's going to lead us through it. He's
So
going to
we've
hold our
got,
hand.
Correspondence in. Do you remember our friend said that?
correspondence in.
Yeah, it was. I don't get what that was.
The
It was a comment on one of the.
CS. The
Yes.
The
Yeah.
kid- the
What
kid-
What did he say again?
He just said correspondence in.
yeah.
Oh, but
So I
yeah,
was-
he hadn't actually sent anything.
So I went and checked the inbox for about 7 minutes, refreshing it, going, "It is," and then there was nothing. So I was just like,
I don't think he understood the concept.
So we've had some correspondence in this month or week.
month.
From someone called Shauna Tate via the Facebook page, which is
Alnham Island podcast.
2 questions she's got for us. She says, what are your favourite Christmas films? And is Die Hard a Christmas film? I'm going to throw that one out to the group. Shoot.
that's 2 birds with 1 stone. Because yes, Die Hard is a Christmas film. Christmas doesn't start till I've watched Die Hard.
Your favourite Christmas film is Die Hard, which
Job
is a
done.
beautiful answer.
Yeah. No, yeah. Happy
Just-
days.
just-
Anyone else?
It's just good.
You just wrapped that up beautifully.
You did, yeah. I wouldn't say it's my favourite
Christmas
Christmas
present.
No, it's not my favourite. I think I don't know what my favourite Christmas film is. It's got to be.
I couldn't name a Christmas film, really. Well,
I could.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, that's a good.
I've
that's a
never
good
seen
one.
it.
That
Have
is
you not
very
seen any
Never
of
seen
it?
it.
That's
Get them
very
watched.
No.
There's some classic Chevy Chase.
I have 2 big contenders.
Yeah.
You sure?
Can't decide which. Yeah, sorry. I can't decide. I've got. It would be Home Alone 2.
2.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Right.
Yeah.
Is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I also really like Scrooged.
I'm not
For
seen
some
it.
Is
reason.
that Bill Murray?
Bill Murray, yeah.
I like that one. Yeah.
That always got me in the festive
Yeah.
spirit when I was a kid.
I like
Really enjoyed that.
A Muppets Christmas Carol.
No, I'm really not a fan of that.
No.
I love Mippets.
The Mippets.
I love
the Muppets.
Rippets. I watched that with Ray Clements and Dimmock.
We're the
Mippets.
Muppets.
Today's been a
Steven
nightmare.
Seagal.
It's
That's
like
what we're fucked up
the
today.
rip-off Muppets. The Mippets.
I loved
Poundland version.
Muppets Treasure Island. That's
Right,
one of
okay.
my fucking favourites.
That's
that.
not a Christmas film.
I know it's not a Christmas film, but it's of the same ilk. But I really don't like that one.
Oh, do you know? No, that's what I like that tale anyway. Whatever version it is. And my other favourite, one of my favourite films, is I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Not seen that.
You probably haven't. It's one of these shitty films that's usually on like Movies 24 or Christmas Movies
Okay.
24. But it's actually on Sky Movies now.
Okay.
And have a watch of it. It's basically a guy's got to get back home for Christmas in his dad in a convertible car, but there's loads of shenanigans on the way back.
That's reminded me of another classic.
Yeah.
Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Yes.
Not seen it.
What?
No.
Yeah, no, I think
No?
I've seen it, not for a long time though.
Oh,
No.
that is a...
We've got to say Elf as well.
that
No,
is a-
didn't like Elf.
Oh,
You didn't like Elf?
No,
I like Elf.
didn't like Elf.
I loved Elf.
Planes, Trains and
I
Automobiles.
like Elf.
Buddy.
Again, still Die Hard for me.
In my eyes, Die Hard 2 is a Christmas film. Not Die Hard 1
Oh,
or
it's
Die Hard 3.
sequels.
Yeah.
Important.
Okay. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And my 2 favourite Christmas films, I'm going with Home Alone 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Can't pick which one.
I think 2's more Christmassy.
Oh, I think
Uh,
one's...
no, I think they're both
Oh, yeah,
Christmassy.
they are both Christmassy, actually.
But I think I really like the second one. And that I remember watching it as a kid and just thinking, you know, when he's in the hotel and he opens up the locker and it's just got all them sweets in it.
Oh,
I just remember
yes.
thinking as a kid, I was like, oh.
Is that when he's sitting on the bed with a massive bowl of ice cream?
Yeah. And
Like a
he's watching the
huge
film.
bowl. Oh,
Yeah.
my
Merry
He's,
God.
Christmas, you filthy animal.
Yeah, I'm going to give you to the count of 10.
Yeah.
Get your lousy, stinking, something like that.
No
So,
good keister.
Yeah.
No
Off
good
My
my
property.
1, 2.
2, 10.
It's funny because Home Alone is probably
Merry
one of the
Christmas, you
reasons...
filthy animal.
It's one of the,
And a Happy New Year.
one of the origin stories which I put on the website as well was when I was like 6, I got a talk boy. And
Yeah.
I used to
yeah.
just talk into it like a radio show
Always
and put it up
wanted
against the speaker for the music. So origins.
Yeah, you got to have a favourite Christmas film as a kid.
I
A
think-
kiddie film. You know,
I-
The Snowman was a good one.
Yes, yeah.
I liked.
I just watched Gremlins when I was a kid.
Gremlins, that's a good one. And I liked Jingle All the Way.
Oh, Jingle All the
Oh,
Way.
was
Yeah.
it?
That's the Schwarzenegger
Yes.
one with the toy.
Arnold
Turbo
Schwarzenegger.
Man.
Turbo Man.
Yeah.
Give me Turbo Man now. Yes.
The Big
What
Show's
a
in
film.
that.
In fact, that's my favourite Christmas film. What am I
Yeah,
talking
it's
about?
good.
That's
It's a
amazing.
good
I'm going to
one.
watch that now.
I've got it on
Right now.
DVD.
Have you?
The Big Show's in it
Yes.
when he has a.
He is, yeah.
Has a fight
He's a
with
big
all
Santa, yeah.
the Santas. He's the big Santa.
Oh,
the fights
yeah,
with him.
yeah, yeah.
What a film, yeah.
Wow.
Die Hard being a Christmas film, I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched it for a long, long time.
I'm not sure I've watched it from the
I'm gonna
beginning
say I
to
don't
end.
think I have.
Sorry.
I think the
I might have
second
seen
one
bits.
is.
It's on every Christmas. How can it?
It's just, I don't know. I was never. But surely, I mean, to me, a Christmas film's got to have some aspect of like festive spirit,
Yeah.
not murdering
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Snows.
But isn't on the second one he's trying to get home for Christmas, and that's when he's at the airport
Oh,
and
okay.
when he's delayed. That's why I see that as
Okay. Yeah, yes, that's
more of a
that's
Christmas
more like the
film.
premise though. I would,
Yeah.
yeah, the film.
Die
I
Hard
watched, so.
3. That's definitely not a Christmas film.
So it's Die Hard 9 now, isn't it? So.
I think so. Yeah.
Excellent.
Die harder than the last time.
Yeah, they've dropped the numbers now. It's Die Hard, Die Harder.
Do you know eventually it's just going to be dead?
Yeah.
Dead.
Proper dead.
Dead.
Proper dead.
Dead now.
Excellent. If you've got any more correspondence, please do send it in. Facebook page and contact at alnhamislandpodcast.co.uk. So that's all we have for today. Thanks again for joining us on the Alnham Island. We've closed the main resort for 2017. A chance to recharge and rejuvenate. We'll see you all for our main show in the new year. So until then, we're off for some festive beverages at the Cabana. Join us for an eggnog or two on the 15th of December, where the episode will be available from the usual places. Until then, take care from me, Graham,
Bye now.
Woody,
Goodbye.
and Sean.
See you later.